Your soil is the foundation of everything that grows in your garden, and if you're tired of battling poor drainage, compacted earth, or plants that just won't thrive, it's time to embrace the permaculture approach to soil building. Unlike conventional methods that rely on quick fixes and external inputs, permaculture works with nature's own systems to create rich, living soil that gets better year after year. The best part? You can start transforming your soil today using materials you probably already have or can easily obtain. Understanding your soil's living ecosystem. Before diving into improvements, you need to recognize that healthy soil isn't just dirt. It's a thriving ecosystem teeming with billions of microorganisms, fungi, worms, and other creatures that work together to create the perfect growing medium. These soil organisms break down organic matter, cycle nutrients, improve soil structure, and even help plants resist diseases. When you work with permaculture principles, you're feeding and supporting this underground community rather than disrupting it with tilling and synthetic chemicals. The foundation of permaculture soil improvement lies in mimicking what happens naturally in forests and prairies. In these ecosystems, organic matter constantly falls to the ground, decomposes, and feeds the soil organisms that create rich humus. This natural process builds soil depth, improves water retention, and creates the complex nutrient cycling that supports abundant plant life without any human intervention. The power of sheet mulching. Sheet mulching, often called lasagna gardening, is your most powerful tool for transforming soil the permaculture way. This technique involves layering organic materials directly on top of your existing soil, creating a composting system right in place. Start by laying down cardboard or thick layers of newspaper over the area you want to improve, making sure to overlap the edges and remove any tape or staples. This barrier suppresses weeds while still allowing water and nutrients to pass through. Next comes the layering process that gives this method its nickname. Alternate between green materials high in nitrogen, such as fresh grass clippings, kitchen scraps, or fresh manure, and brown materials high in carbon, like dried leaves, straw, or shredded paper. Each layer should be about 2 to 3 inches thick, and you'll want to end with a brown layer to prevent odors and pest issues. Over the following months, soil organisms will work their magic, breaking down these materials and incorporating them into your existing soil structure. Building soil biology through composting. While sheet mulching works its magic, you can accelerate soil improvement by creating and applying high-quality compost. Permaculture composting goes beyond just throwing scraps in a pile. It's about creating the ideal conditions for beneficial microorganisms to flourish. The key is maintaining the right balance of green and brown materials, adequate moisture, and proper aeration to support the decomposition process. Consider creating a 3-bin composting system that allows you to have materials at different stages of decomposition. Turn your compost regularly to introduce oxygen, which feeds the aerobic bacteria that create the sweet-smelling, nutrient-rich humus you want. When your compost is ready, typically after 3 to 6 months, apply it generously around your established plants and work it gently into the top few inches of soil. Integrating living mulches and cover crops. Permanent ground cover is another cornerstone of permaculture soil building. Instead of leaving soil bare, establish living mulches using low-growing plants that protect and nourish the soil year-round. Clover, creeping thyme, and strawberry ground covers not only prevent erosion and suppress weeds, but also contribute organic matter through their root systems and fallen leaves. For seasonal areas, plant cover crops like crimson clover, winter rye, or buckwheat during times when your main crops aren't growing. These plants add organic matter, fix nitrogen, break up compacted soil with their roots, and provide habitat for beneficial insects. When it's time to plant your main crops, simply chop these cover crops and let them decompose in place, feeding the soil organisms and improving soil structure. Creating permanent food forest systems. The ultimate permaculture soil improvement strategy involves establishing perennial polycultures that mimic natural forest ecosystems. Plant deep-rooted trees and shrubs that bring nutrients up from lower soil layers, while their fallen leaves continuously feed the surface soil. Combine these with nitrogen-fixing plants like comfrey, which you can chop periodically to create instant mulch, and ground-covering herbs that suppress weeds while adding diversity to your soil biology. These permanent systems require patience to establish, but once mature, They become self-sustaining soil-building machines that require minimal input while producing abundant harvests year after year. Transform your garden into a thriving ecosystem by starting with these permaculture soil-building techniques today. Your plants will thank you with vigorous growth and abundant harvests, and you'll be amazed at how much easier gardening becomes when you work with nature instead of against it. If this guide helped you reimagine your approach to soil health, hit that subscribe button and share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to embrace the permaculture way of growing.